We're talking with the mayor of Long Beach, Bob Foster. It's no secret, Mayor, you've announced that you are running for re-election. That is accurate.
It is.
And you are not running for any statewide office.
No, I'm running for mayor.
Okay.
And, you know, basically, Art, I mean, there's a lot still to do in this city. And you know, despite some personal pulls to do things on my own, I feel an obligation to do that.
Let's talk for a moment about the Second and PCH project, a major redevelopment of an old hotel on Pacific Coast Highway and 2nd Street. It's proposed on the 11-acre site that a 12-story hotel be built, 192,000 feet of retail, 230 residential units, and many people feel that the project, which is a vast improvement from the prior Lennar project plan for that site, is still too high, too dense, and would create too much traffic. The last time you were here, I asked you about it. You said you would support a project that was consistent with the ambiance of the community. And my question to you, sir, is do you think a 12-story hotel, 230 condos going up 6 stories, and 192,000 feet of retail is consistent with the ambiance of that neighborhood?
I don't know yet, Art. I mean, I want to see this go through the process. Look, let's just back off. We have probably the premier corner in Long Beach at PCH in 2nd. Everyone would acknowledge that that right now is, let's just say, not what we'd like to see there. It's a distressed area. Whatever goes in there is going to have to be a commercially viable project. It's not a public project. These are private funds coming in there to develop that area in a way where somebody can actually make it pay off as an investment. So that's what the private sector has to do. The public sector, it's now our responsibility to make sure this goes through a complete community process, goes through the planning process, and all the issues you just raised are completely vetted.
As you know, the area is in the CDIP zone,
I'm aware of that.
Southeast Area Development, which is a 30-year-old plan,
Right,
but limits height and density.
Right, and this would
need an exception.
That's correct. It would need a variance. I understand that.
I'm sure you don't would agree that zoning by variance and exception is not a rational way to go.
But that's why variances are there in the law, because there are some exceptions. Look, this has to go through this process. I'm not going to second guess the process. The process is there to be able to vet those issues. And I want to see it go through the process, and when it comes out the other end, I'll have an opinion as to where.
But you don't have an opinion of this project?
I like some of this project. Yes, I do. But I haven't got an opinion on the whole. There are issues.
You don't have an opinion on 12 stories?
I do not now, no. I want to see how they design it. I want to see exactly where the locations are and what they've done to mitigate it and what the community thinks.
Okay, so community input is important.
Absolutely essential. Yeah.
Okay, if you have an opinion on this, and many people do, write the mayor, write the community development board, and contact your council person, or in this case, it would be Councilman DeLong. Mayor, it's the holiday season when this show is being aired, and I know that your office is again cooperating with food finders in getting food for the hungry in Long Beach. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Well, look, obviously we're in distressed economic times, and that has put a real burden on food banks all across Southern California. In fact, the demand is up at least 60%. Some people are even saying it's up 3- and 4-fold. So what we're doing is we're partnering with 2 groups, Food Finders and Friends of Long Beach Animals, because what we found last year is that while we're feeding people, many of these people have pets, and they were giving part of their food to their pets. So we have 36 locations around the city,
including many libraries.
And well, you can find them online. You can go. I hope you'll scroll the mayor's website, or you can call my office, and you can donate food. You can donate hygiene products. You can donate a whole host of things that people would need, or obviously money. That helps as well. But Food Finders is a great organization. I think they feed about 50,000 people a day. They do a great job, and hopefully we can ease the burden and some of the anxiety of a lot of our neighbors in and around Long Beach.
That's great. This drive lasts till January 31st. Canned goods, packaged foods, other things. Go to the website that we're putting up, and you'll be given a list of things. 24 drop-off points in the city, and as you mentioned, this year accepting pet food. So kudos to Food Finders and to your office for engaging in this.
Well, it's really important. Look, I just make one other point, Art. You know, it is really easy to give in times of plenty when things are good. It's much more meaningful, much more needed when times are tough. So I would ask everyone, despite the anxiety out there, even in your own situation, if you could just reach down a little further and help out people, it really counts at this time.
Amen to that. We'll be back with the remaining portion of our show after these messages.
Welcome to McKenna's on the Bay, where fine dining is complemented with a breathtaking view. McKenna's is a restaurant of incredible ambiance, providing service and cuisine with style, class, and romance. The menu offers a variety of appetizers, serious seafood, prime steaks, an oyster bar, and specialty entrees for either lunch or dinner. McKenna's on the Bay features patio dining, nightly entertainment, and 2 banquet facilities. No matter what your occasion, McKenna's on the Bay is like being on vacation. Join us today at McKenna's on the Bay.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Why clientele agree, when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember, Polly's. 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
How do you like your chances the rest of the way?
I got no idea. But I do know that if we stay with Naples Rib Company, at least we won't go hungry.
Coach, what do you think about some of those questionable calls tonight?
Yeah, but if you want a sound call, I'd call Naples Rib Company. You can't miss on that call.
Then Naples Rib Company is part of your game plan?
There really is nothing more motivating than a great barbecue meal at Naples Rib Company.
Victory or not, Naples Rib Company, great game plan.
Welcome back. In this time of the holiday season, please let's remember the brave men and women who are defending freedom abroad in Iraq and Afghanistan and elsewhere around the world. One thing you can do is join the USO, the service organization that provides entertainment and relaxation to our troops abroad. If you join, they will send you, just as a small thank you, a wonderful calendar. We're putting up the website for the USO. Please consider doing something to help the men and women that are helping us abroad by defending freedom everywhere. Bob, I'm sure you would agree that we should give some thought during the holiday season to our troops.
Couldn't agree more, Art. And you know, whether it's the USO or any of the variety of other organizations out there that help our men and women in the armed forces, please don't forget them around holiday time. I think it's part of making sure that the people have given so much for us that we give a little back to them.
And you know, over the holiday season right here in Long Beach, so many groups do so much.
Yeah.
You mentioned the food finders in your office. There are restaurants like the Reef that have feeding the homeless, and a lot of the fire department brings toys and all. A lot of good stuff over the holidays.
There are, but you know, there are also organizations that make sure that our men and women in the armed services are provided for. So don't forget that. That's really important. I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay. Well, what a fitting show to end our 2009 season on. It's been a wonderful year. We're honored to have the mayor again visit us, and please join us in 2010 for next season's editions of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and Long Beach Magazine. And remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.
It's been a challenging economic year for many of our neighbors in Long Beach. I'm asking you to lend a helping hand for those residents in need. Together with food finders and Friends of Long Beach Animals, we are collecting donations such as canned and packaged foods, hygiene items, and pet foods. There are more than 36 locations throughout the city accepting your gifts of kindness. It's easy to be generous when times are good, but it's much more meaningful when times are difficult. I'm asking you to find it in your heart to help those in need. Thank you.